Transformers, more than meets the eye. Autobots wage their battle to destroy the evil forces of the...
Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this special new figure unboxing and review, we're going to be looking at the War for Cybertron Kingdom Ractonite. So, what we're going to do with this video, we're going to unbox him live in a second, check out all the contents that came inside him. We're then going to have a detailed look at him in both modes to help you decide how you want to display him. And as we've found out at the back here that he's a bit of a parts former, we're also going to break him down and do some crazy combinations with him and some of the other War for Cybertron figures. And before we get started, I want to take again the opportunity to look at this fantastic artwork that's on the side, and also a big thank and shout out to Robot Recruits, because that's where I brought this from. I mean, this artwork on these Kingdom box artworks, just fantastic, beautiful. There we go. Right, let's see what's inside here then. I'm thinking, yeah, let's just go the conventional way, straight in the top. So yeah, so these parts formers, these fossilizers, whatever their official proper name is, they begin to start to grow on me, in honesty. I wasn't a fan, openly admit it, at all. I wasn't really struck by them. And then because I got the spoiler pack of Megatron with Skelivor, I think his name is, you just sort of, well, of course he came with the figure. So I saw it and I thought, you know what, this isn't too bad. And then I really liked the selects. Oh, there's loads of tape on this one. I really like the selects. Oh, what's his name? I'm looking, Transmutate. And after then, I think that's it. I've sort of been sold on all of these crazy things that they do. I did actually think from the pictures that this guy was a Voyager, but obviously he's not. He's also not playing at all. What's getting stuck? There's so many pieces. Look, sticking all out the back, and it's getting stuck on everything. Oh, I really obviously don't want to rip my box to pieces. There we go. So put that out. There's the usual safety bump, which we'll just put to the one side. There's at the bottom part of his tail there. Well, let's have a look at this sticker, see which one we've got. Oh, Predacon, another one of these Dyna, but there's loads of these. There's the huge instructions, which we're going to have a look at in a second, because it's got ways to combine him, break him all up, etc, etc. But there you go. I'm going to set him free from this cardboard casing, and I'll come straight back to you. So we're going to have a quick look at him now, fresh out the box, and this seems a little pointless, to be honest. Normally at this point I do a bit of the articulation check, but as we know that it's a parts former, we can literally pull all these parts off and reattach them anywhere. You can see that he has 100% pretty much articulation absolutely everywhere. Shoulders, waist, head, arms, elbows. I mean, the absolute work. So there's no point me going into too much detail on that. What I do want to focus on though is the detail on this. It looks brilliant. It's actually got a plastic casing on it. It looks like it's got a plastic casing on it. It's that good. Oh no, there's a little bit of that's around the side. It's not an actual plastic casing, but I think it looks really good. Here's the other accessory that comes with him. So I think this is pretty much the intended robot mode, shall we say. Let's just double check on the back. I'm sure it is. I'm going to take that bit off in a second as well, because then what we're going to do in a few seconds, I'm just going to, yeah, it is. That's the intended robot mode, but perhaps with the head swiveled round. What I'm going to do now then, break him down into all his pieces, just in case you've got one which isn't brand new and you want to know if you've got all the pieces of him. Okay then, so here's all the pieces, and what's interesting is even in the instructions it only shows 9, but you can actually detach this from the head part. So here are all your pieces: 2 large legs, 2 smaller legs. I suppose that's more like a pelvis. Then we've got the spine and the head, the end of the tail, more of the bones there, and of course the main head. Again, interestingly enough, in the instructions it does only show 9 pieces, but as I've said, I've detached them. There you go. So that's just in case yours has been brought secondhand and you know if you've got all the pieces. Okay, let's have a look at him in his alt mode. Right then, so there you go. You can see we've got him in his alternate mode, and again, you know, this is, for what it is, it's quite impressive. In fact, I'm actually more than quite impressed with it. I do actually really like it. Again, there's no point really talking about articulation because all the joints, all the limbs, everything, you can completely just pull them off if you wanted to. So you've even got, you know, right at the knee joint on all of them. All of the handles and all the things fold and tuck away relatively neatly. The handle underneath there in his jaw will hook back into his mouth. But yeah, it's, you know, it's quite impressive, to be honest. For the transformation process, I obviously just built it up from the pieces, so it wasn't really a transformation process, and that's one of the main reasons why I've not done it on camera, because I don't want to spoil it for yourselves. It is just a case of pulling it apart and then piecing it back together. To be honest, it's one of the more simpler ones because there's less parts, but otherwise it looks okay. So what we're going to do now then, before we go back to robot mode, there are three, and I'm going to find some fan ones as well. There are three separate ways of combining his bits to be used as weapons and accessories and shields, which are all there, and I'm going to literally do all three for you right now, and hopefully do one for myself as well. So I'll be right back with you in a second. Right then, so we're back, and then for the first one in the instructions, we've got this enormous sort of giant club, whatever you want to call it. It's absolutely huge. I'm using exactly the same figures that they've used as well, and this is going to be quite difficult for him to sort of balance with now. It's completely obviously going to throw him off balance. Is he going to balance? Pretty much. But what I was going to say is, it's got obviously loads of bits left over which are still all here, and it's not in the instructions, but we might as well give him a shield as well, and this might counterbalance him a little bit better. So we can put that on the side of the arm. There we go. In fact, let's spin this around like it is in the picture, and maybe it counterbalances him a little bit better. It's quite difficult, as you can see. Huffer is not the biggest character, but that there is number one. Right, let's have a look at the others. Right, okay, just very quickly before I move on, I've just found out as well that these two horns come off as well, so there's even more pieces that you can pull him apart. So not only does that bit come off, in all of the pictures you've just got this full complete head, but you can detach the top part off and the two horns. There we go. So you're going to see these used in the next mode I'm going to be doing right now. Right then, as you can see, we're starting to get a little crazy now, and to be honest, this is what I actually really love. I just think it's so crazy. So we've got half the back and the spine down there as a major weapon. We've got two of the legs with a smaller leg attached to the back and them little clips coming out. We've got the rest of the vertebrae we're going to attach to his shoulder there as a bit of a mini shield. So that's completely powered up that side, and then we've got a choice. We can either attach this again as a shield and then use his normal weapons, or we can put this in his hand like so, and look at that. Absolutely mental, but it really works. For some reason, I don't know why, it just works. That is easily my favorite so far, and the best thing about that is it uses up every single piece, so you haven't got to worry about what you've lost, where you've put anything, and the weight of it just sort of counterbalances it all really well, he says just before it tips over. But no, there you go, you can see it's all fit, how it all attaches. Just absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy, really funny, really good, and again, endless possibilities, which is brilliant. Moving on then. Okay, we're back again, and I've got to confess something else. I've just found out there's another piece that you can take off it, so at the end of this I will again break him down into all the pieces. The nose piece actually comes off as well, and what we've got is the two top horns there and the front nose piece there, making again a huge, I suppose, spiked mallet. And then we've also got the front part here as well, which is going to be held in this hand. So again, some crazy designs and ideas all put forward by the people obviously who've made them. This again is just as nuts. Let's see if I can get him to actually stand. I'm gonna have to put it right above his head. Liking this one as well. Only problem with this one is, as you can see, there's still quite a lot. You've got the two major hind legs, the front leg, and part of the vertebra as well still left over. So I like it, but there's still quite a few parts left over to play around with. Right, there's all the three modes that are all in the instructions. Okay then, and here's one I've just literally had just a quick play around with and made myself. So I've got the 2 spikes in the shoulders. I've put half of the obviously torso on the back, coming over like a great big rocket launcher. And then that was the only piece that was left, so I've just literally attached that to the back. So that's just a bit of a play around that I've had. Again, there's millions and millions more things that you can do with this, but I really like these shoulder spikes as well. I just like the idea of the fact that you could put everything on it. I suppose you can make this look, if you wanted, like, you know, a great big rocket launcher or booster or anything like that. But yeah, it's a way again of just combining all of the kibble with Huffer, as you can see in the pictures. And there we go. You could even put his actual gun as well on his forearm if you wanted, or any of his shields or his normal accessories. But there you go, there's my powered up version of Huffer with Ractonite. Okay, one more quick thing then. I'm going to show him off in all his little pieces because I messed up earlier on, and then we'll come back with him in robot mode and finish up. So here we go then, correction and quick, just to confirm, these are all of the pieces that come with him. Again, apologies I got it wrong, but with all my videos on new figures, I like to look at them with fresh eyes. So I hadn't looked at them and I'd seen no reviews on this, and again I was unaware completely that you could pull them out. So there you go, there's actually quite a few more pieces than what it's telling you on the instructions. Right, let's wrap this up then. Okay then, so we're back in his robot mode, I suppose, if you can even call it that, and this is the final part of the video where we're just going to round it up. So let's have a good quick look at him again. Everything's attached as it should be. Apologies again for not doing any of the transformations on the camera, but that's purely because I don't want to spoil it for yourselves, and if we're being honest, they're not transformations at all. You are just literally pulling the parts off and reattaching them. I do again really like the fact that you can just cover up his face so simply, and then just fold the visor up, and there is his head. Great color scheme, great ideas, loads of fun. Again, I suppose with these and with the others, you can literally just build up things as much and as often as you wanted to. So I really didn't expect him to be anywhere near as good as this, in honesty, and I'm glad I took the plunge in buying him. So I hope this helped you with your decision if you wanted to get one as well. And yeah, there you go, War for Cybertron Kingdom. Very funny Ractonite. Take care.
Thanks for watching. Like and comment, and don't forget to subscribe.